Hi, I'm Hilda and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to find 4 different types of chairs in my home, and I'm going to rate them based on 1, how comfortable it is to sit on, and 2, how well it supports our posture and physical structure, that is, its ability to help us prevent lower back pain in the long run. And after the rating is done, I'm going to give a summary as to why the rating is such, and I'll give my recommendation as to what is the best chair or type of chair that is good for us. The first type of chair is a simple stool that you probably find in most Asian homes here. The second kind of chair is actually a remodeled vintage chair. It's made of rattan and wood. It's something I've inherited. I just have one in my home. And the third type of chair is part of the full living room rattan settee that I have. The fourth type of chair I want to rate is a special gyrokinesis stool. It's something that I bought ever since I got certified as a gyrokinesis trainer, and I use it a lot for my self-practice. I use it for my teaching, and these days I also use it as my desk chair. So I'll start rating based on the first attribute, which is comfort level. First, hear this out. It's made of wood for sure, and it's hard. To most people who are used to sitting on comfortable, plushy or soft sofa, this may not be the best chair or stool for them because it would feel really hard on the buttock area. But if you look at it in a different way, in terms of comfort and its ability to stack our spine up, this is actually very comfortable in that regard, because with that, you're going to stand up feeling straight and tall. You're not going to stand up feeling like, I'm so lazy, I need to stretch it out. Sofa, anything soft has that effect on us. When we sit sunk in on a soft sofa for too long, we're going to wake up feeling tight actually. This one, however, would leave us feeling fairly comfortable in my view when we get up from sitting. So with that regard, on a point of 1 to 5, 5 being the most comfortable, 1 being the least comfortable, I would say this is about a 3. So what's more important now is point number 2, that is how it supports our physical structure, if it can help us to improve posture and prevent lower back pain. So if you look closely, this is the angle of our hip versus our knee. One line across like that. Therefore, it is more or less a straight parallel line. Is that a good thing? Yes, for sure. Because we don't want our hips sunk in, as you can find in most comfortable sofas where after seated, your hips are actually lower than your knee. No. So this one actually props us up in a way that our hip is in line with our knee, and that's a very good thing. So in terms of how it can improve our posture and help us prevent lower back pain, I'll give it a 4. So this is the remodeled vintage chair that I mentioned. So in terms of comfort level, these may be comfortable for many people. Why? Because of the rattan surface here. So it is slightly sunken in the middle, while the wood surface at the side makes it hard. So when I sit, my hip is slightly lower than the knee, but it's still in a fairly straight line here. So in terms of comfort level, again, I rate comfort differently. Is it really about comfort when you're sitting, or overall comfort, especially on how you feel after? I would say in terms of comfort versus the first two, this is a lower level. I would rate it as 2. Then let's rate this chair on point number 2, that is, how good is it to help us improve our posture? So it may look like it's able to help us keep the hip in line with the knee. But I'm actually feeling the surface here, the seated surface, a bit soft. So if I sit on it longer, I may just end up sitting this way, which is have my pelvis roll back. That means my lumbar spine or my lower back will be a bit stretched here. So this is not a good position because as a result of this, you can see my lower back is rounded. That happens to all surface that is soft. It doesn't have enough support to help us to sit on our sit bones for a longer period of time. So in terms of its effective, its beneficial elements in helping us with posture and lower back pain, I would say this one, it's a mere 2. So there you go. This is a comfortable living room settee that I'm sure most of you would have. Let's look at its comfort level. Is it comfortable when you're seated? Of course, it's soft. And this is not the plushiest, but for me, who is used to harder surface, this is plushy enough because my entire buttock and the pelvis is sunk in. So what happens when I get up? If I sit here longer, I will actually feel a little bit tight in my hips here. So in terms of comfort level, I would say compared to all the other chairs, this is a mere 1. And if you give me a very, very soft plushy sofa or even a beanbag, how would I rate it? Is it still 1? Is it the same as this? No, because for that, I would give it a negative score. What about in terms of improving posture? If we sit at the edge here, then we can try to sit up straight. But I know many of us don't, right? When we've got a backrest like this, we might even put a cushion behind and we start sitting this way. We have our leg up or cross, whatever, legs really comfortable. The point is this one and any chair with soft seated surface, as mentioned just now, would only bring our hips low. That would mean stretching our lower back here and making it round because we are seated this way, sunken. And one more important thing is when our lower back is pulled and our hips sunken this way, our belly will start to lose its engagement. Not saying that we have to have core engagement at all times, but it does actually promote belly sagging. So not recommended. In terms of how it can help us to improve posture, given all that I've said, I give this a mere 0, not even 1. I'm now seated on a gyrokinesis stool here. So the surface, it's soft, mildly hard. So it's got a little bit of a cushiony feeling, but overall it's a hard cushion, if that makes sense. In terms of comfort level, when you're seated, if this is your first time, you're going to feel a little bit awkward and uncomfortable, and I'll explain why. But in terms of how you feel, how comfortable you feel when you get up, very comfortable. So in terms of comfort level, I would rate this a full mark, 5/5. In terms of what it does for our posture and its ability to help us prevent lower back pain, this is the holy grail. Because look, my hips is higher than my knee. And this is what we should try to sustain day in, day out, and if possible, for the rest of our lives. Yes, you hear me correctly, because this is the only way to prevent compression in the hip joint, rounding of the lower back, sagging of the belly. In other words, it's great to prevent lower back pain and other structural integration problems. So in other words, it helps us to sit on our sit bones, which is here our ischial tuberosity. It actually stacks the pelvis up in its right position and the spine rightfully on top of the pelvis. We are nicely stacked up and aligned, and everything just connects, including our core. Now, our core need not be engaged at all times, but it should be connected in all structural movement and integration daily. It shouldn't take a lot of effort, it should be intuitive. To help that, to make that happen for our body, we need to facilitate the process. And one of the things we can do is make sure we sit on the right chair or stool. With all that said, does that mean that soft, plushy, what we think is comfortable chairs when seated is not good for us? Yes, definitely. Anything soft surface is not good for our posture. It promotes lower back pain. If possible, maybe we cut it out from our lives. If you don't want to cut it out from your life, at least try to make an effort to sit a little bit longer on anything that is higher, that is, have our hips higher than our knees. If you don't have a gyrokinesis chair, no problem. Stack up books or buy one of those Pilates support that you can actually use to put on your other harder surface chairs or stool to help us to prop your pelvis and your hips up higher. What I'll do is find that link of what I meant by the Pilates prop, and I'll leave it in the description below, and if you like, you can check out Amazon. I'm not getting any incentive for this, but I tell all my clients to get this because it's the right prop for everybody to use. So what are the key things that we take away from today's video? One is that try to sit on harder surface, not soft, comfortable ones when you're seated. Define comfortable differently. That is point number 2. Comfort not just in sitting, but comfort while you are standing right after sitting. That's also important. For something that's good for us in the long run, we need to find chairs or stool where the hips are higher than the knee, ideally. But if not, at the very least, have the hip in line with the knee. 3 key things here. That's very important because, again, it's structural integration. It improves posture, prevents lower back pain, and guess what? It's the key to physical, mental, and hopefully emotional freedom. The right way of sitting does change our posture, and it keeps us free from pain, particularly lower back pain. And if you have that set up in your life, all you need to do is do the right kind of movements and exercises to maintain the right structural integration, and you will have a youthful, vibrant, and energetic body for the rest of your life. Trust me. Our body craves freedom because we are 80% water, and water cannot be static. We are meant to move. So with that said, if you're interested to know what are the right kind of posture exercises to do check out my series of videos on posture care. I have a range of movements and exercises to show you how you can move your body or to restore good posture daily. And not only that, I've got other videos on joints mobility that will also help us to move in a way that lubricate the joints here, so that, again, it helps us to live pain-free. That is all I have for this video. Keep moving, keep getting better because our bodies so need it. Facilitate movement in our body and we will have a happier life for sure. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and I will see you in the next video.